um, I don't know. Somehow there's this new habit of saying Happy Vesak. We are learning a lot from Christians.
仁波切说呢，有一个习惯呢，好像有个新习惯，说大家都会说呢，卫赛节快乐。
So I better follow that what other people are doing, like, okay, so Happy Vesak.
所以仁波切说他最好跟着别人一样，所以他也会说卫赛节快乐。
Anyway, of course, we should be thinking of this man at all times, not just today, but even to remember him today, just today, that will do. That's already quite good during in this day and age.
当然，对于这个人，我们呢，当然应该都一直意念着他，并不是只有今天，但是呢，既或只有今天呢，你想到这个人呢，在现在这个时代已经蛮好的了。
Now, before I go on talk about other things, I want to really, show my rejoice, and I don't know. I really want to express my rejoice for those who has been doing the Mamo practice.
那仁波切说，在他谈其他的事情之前呢，他呢要就表现出他非常高兴的，对于那些修那个 Mamo 的这些人表现非常高兴。
And if I may request you to continue do so till May the 21st.
仁波切呢，他说他可不可以要求大家继续的修 Mamo，一直到5月的21号。5月21号。
Of course, those who wish to do it continuously, of course, they should, but at least aiming to pacify the current turmoil that we are going through, if we could do it until the 21st of May.
那仁波切说，当然，如果有人呢想要继续的一直修下去，那当然是非常好。但是呢，为了要亲近这一次的这个疫情呢，仁波切说呢，希望大家至少能够做到5月的21号。
Now today, what we are going to do is we are going to take the Bodhisattva vow.
那今天呢，我们要做的就是我们要受那个菩萨戒。
Because today is a very special day when Shakyamuni Buddha was born, or when Shakyamuni Buddha was enlightened.
因为呢，今天是一个非常特殊的日子，是那个卫赛节，也就是佛呢在这个日子出生，在这个日子成道。
So with this, on this special day, we will take refuge, or we will renew our refuge and the Bodhisattva determination.
所以在今天这个很特别的日子里面呢，第一个我们可以接受皈依，或者呢，我们可以就重新的，等于说等于让我们的皈依等于再重新的，等于是清净再来一次，然后呢我们再就是下定我们做菩萨受菩萨戒的这个决心。
When the Shakyamuni Buddha the person who we are going to take refuge, or who was born on the today, 1,500 years ago, he every he taught a lot of things. He taught lots and lots of things, lots of teachings.
释迦牟尼，那这个人呢，就是我们等一下皈依的一个对象。那他呢，在今天呢，就是说出生2500年前的今天出生。那他呢，给过很多很多的教授。
He taught that we have no control over our life.
他教导我们说呢，我们其实控制不住我们自己的生命的。
I mean, we are totally dependent on cause and conditions.
我们呢，完全都是依靠因和缘。
I mean, being able to just survive up to now, that's like already a miracle.
我们呢，能够活到现在这个时候呢，这本身已经是一个奇迹了。
We are just so what do you call it? So small, just so small.
我们呢，其实非常非常渺小的。
But we just forget. We think that we can, with a proper education, proper technique, proper technology, proper political system, we will be able to sort of control our life. But time and again, this has been proven not true.
那我们呢，其实忘掉了这一点，就是自己非常渺小，而且不能够控制自己的生命。我们以为呢，我们只要有好的教育，有好的这种那种政治系统啊等等的，然后呢，我们就可以控制我们的生命。那这一次呢，完完全全证明我们是没办法的。
One thing he told us, one thing we could do is really we could control our mind, which hardly we invest our time and energy doing.
那他教导我们一件事，就是说呢，我们其实可以控制我们的心，可是呢，没有人在这个上头投资时间。
Even now, yes, of course, a lot of people are dead because of this virus. A lot of people are, displaced. A lot of people have lost job and lost home, and like really completely put our life upside down.
那当然，到现在为止呢，有很多人因为这个新冠的病毒呢，感染了新冠病毒而死去，或者说丢了工作，或者丢了其他的，比如自己的房子等等。
And that's very, very unfortunate, of course. And we must do prayers for them. We must wish them well.
那这个当然是非常不幸，我们一定要为他们祈祷，也希望他们能够好起来，更好起来。
But I'm sure you noticed this. All of us, we already thinking about our economy. The leaders, all our leaders are busy thinking about our economy, and we are not really thinking about. In one way, this situation has also woken us up a lot.
那但是呢，你知道，所有的我们的领袖们呢，现在都在那边想着说怎么样能够赶快的恢复经济啊，什么样子。但情况其实这个情况呢，其实是等于把我们叫醒了。
I mean, the birds are, like having the best time of the, like even my own house here in Bir, my house has like 2 or 3 birds' nests. There's so many birds flying, and they're having the best time in ever I remember.
人木切说呢，实际上鸟也是这样，就是人木切在比尔这个家啊，有很多鸟，还有几个鸟巢在那边飞来飞去的。
And places like Delhi never had a blue sky for a long time, and now they have blue sky.
而且像德里从来没有办法看到蓝色的天，现在呢，天是蓝色的。
And I heard that the pollution has gone down so much that actually more people are going to be more healthy and live longer, if because of this.
呀，那荣木切也听说呢，现在很多地方的这个这种污染呢就已经降低了很多，所以可能我们会因为这样而活得更长，活得更好。
But so this is such a turning point. It's like an amazing junction where we human beings should really be thinking about, okay, after this, after vaccine or whatever, we should really think in terms of living in at least a little bit different, but people don't seem to have that thought in their head, especially our leaders.
所以呢，其实现在这个时候呢，是一个很重要的一个拐点，就是说很重要的一个就是我们可以转变方向的这个时机。那也就是说呢，当这个病毒的问题过去之后呢，其实我们可以用不同的方式来过生活，但是似乎大家并没有这样想，尤其是这些领袖都没有这样想。
At least this time, we could all sort of stay in and wash our hand with soap and, wear a mask. Next time, because of some sort of an environmental disaster, if we can't even prevent anything by doing something like this, then what do we do?
这一次呢，虽然是这个疫情是这样，但至少呢，我们可以待在家里，可以拿肥皂洗手，然后呢，可以戴着那个口罩。可是如果以后有另外一个什么样的状况发生，我们连这个都做不到了，那怎么办呢？
Well, I'm sorry, I'm sort of getting carried away thinking these things a little bit, because what can we do, right?
那对不起，任木秋说他呢，等于是就是岔开了，因为这些思想而岔开了。但是其实就是说，我们还能做什么别的呢？
Well, we can do something. We can do prayers and we can take refuge in the Bodhisattva vow. This is going to definitely do difference. I'm very sure of this.
那但是呢，我们还是可以做什么，对不对？我们可以皈依，我们可以就是说我们可以呢接受菩萨戒等等的，我们可以做这个，那这个非常好。
Because I think that prayers and well-wish, power of the prayers, aspirations, good wishes, you cannot underestimate this.
因为呢，做祈祷，我前面忘了翻这个祈祷，做祈祷，然后有一副好的这种就是说希望 等等，这个受到什么这种东西的某些东西的鼓舞，这些其实是非常好的。
You know, logic, rationalism, what do you call it, empiricism, you know, like they are important, but many times feelings and wish, those are so important. That's so important, you know, in our life. You know this.
当然呢，有的时候什么国家主义呀、等等这些的也很重要，但是呢，你知道我们自己的感觉，我们的愿望，这也很重要，这都你都知道的。
So, in a way, you know, taking refuge, as you know, many of you have heard my teachings in the past, so I'm sure you are quite used to what I'm saying.
就说谈到那个某方面来说呢，谈到那个皈依，那荣木先说在线上就是很多人都已经听过他以前对于皈依的教授，那应该你都非常清楚了。
In a way, taking refuge is really surrendering, taking refuge to the truth, right? The truth.
所谓皈依，或者我们说是投靠一个什么东西，实际上我们投靠的是真理。
That we are as fragile as the dewdrop on the blade grass. Blade of grass.
我们其实跟那个等于草尖上面的一个露水一样的脆弱。
That all our prosperity, beauty, everything is as beautiful and as intact and as what do you call it, organized, but as illusory like a rainbow.
我们一切的财富啊、美丽啊等等这些东西呢，看起来是非常好、有组织的、很好的。就是不会受到什么伤害的，这些其实都跟彩虹一样。
And that, you know, to surrender to that truth is basically the sort of the fundamental sort of idea of taking refuge, and that's what we are doing.
那这种呢，就是投靠在真理上呢，这个实际上就是皈依，那也就是我们是要这样做。
And so we take refuge to the Buddha who taught us those truths.
那我们皈依佛，佛呢是给我们这种真理的教授。
And we take refuge to the Dharma, the truth.
我们皈依法，法是代表了真理。
And we take refuge to the Sangha. Sangha is like community, or it could be also the system that believes in that truth. System, the path, the technique, you know.
那我们皈依僧，僧呢可以是一个团体，也可以是一个系统，就是这个系统或这个团体，他们是相信这个真理的。
Okay. So this is what we do now. Okay. So first we are going to take refuge.
所以最先呢，我们要皈依。
Now I will. I'm sure many of you are at home, so you may have a statue of the Buddha. In that case, it's very good. You should do prostration 3 times. Those who don't have, I'm holding here a very beautiful Cambodian Buddha, which is one of my favorites.
那大家呢都在自己的家里，那很多人都有就是佛堂佛像，那你呢可以起来呢对这个佛像呢做3顶礼， 那仁波切先生手上呢拿着一个那个柬埔寨的一个佛像，这仁波切非常喜欢的。
It's a walking Buddha, with a, like I think it's depiction from the, Buddha walking on the street in the morning with a begging bowl for begging alms.
那这个仁波切手上这个佛像呢，是佛呢好像在走路的这个样子，那应该是呢取材于呢就仁波切不是对不起，佛呢早上起来的时候托钵去就是接受别人的这样子呢大家受了皈依。
What that means is you have become you have what this means is you have now accepted that everything is impermanent. Okay.
你接受皈依，它的意义就是你现在已经接受了说一切的事物呢是无常。
And then nothing in the dualistic world gives us satisfaction. That's one. That's the second one.
第二个呢，就是你认识到或者接受，就是说在这个分别的世界里面呢，没有事情呢是可以就是说令人完全满意。
And then the third is nothing that you imagine or you see or you hear or you see, nothing that you perceive truly independently and externally or internally exists truly. That's important. Okay, so these three.
Yeah. 第三个呢，就是你接受呢，就是说你任何你所想到的、看到的、听到的，也就是任何你感受到的、感知到的东西，没有一个呢是独立存在，是真实存在。
Okay, so you basically, when you say you have taken refuge, you have become a follower of this concept, of this science or this view.
所以呢，当你说你皈依的时候，意思就是说你成为刚才仁波切说的这3点的这种见解的跟从者。
And because of that, now, therefore, you will then live your sort of the way you live will be what do you call it, right living. We call it like noble or a right living, I think is good.
那所以呢，你现在开始了你的生活的方式呢，应该是就是我们说的叫正命，正确的正，生命的命。
Like like not killing, for instance, because why would you kill?
举例来说呢，不杀生，你要杀谁呢？
Why harm others? Because everything is impermanent. And remember the three things I've said. Because of that, there is no point. By doing so, you end up suffering more.
刚才说过了，这3点里面，其中一点就是说，所有的现象都是无常，所以你何必去杀一个人呢？你杀一个人就自己更痛苦。
Okay. Now that you have taken refuge, this has laid a foundation for the Bodhisattva vow.
好，各位刚才呢已经接受了皈依，那这个呢为菩萨戒呢等于奠定了一个基础。
And I'm so glad that today we are taking the Bodhisattva vow. Just the fact that we are taking the Bodhisattva vow alone is going to dispel not only the current, the disruptions that we have on our earth. It will really benefit the ongoing ailments and all kinds of problems.
那荣杰说呢，他非常高兴的，我们在今天可以受菩萨戒，因为受菩萨戒这一件事本身呢，不只可以清净现在在我们这个等于我们这个地球上的这种瘟疫，那同时呢，它就是说在长远来看呢，也会非常的好，而且会等于说平衡各个的大种。
So, Bodhisattva vow is basically vow to awaken others.
菩萨戒基本上就是要唤醒所有的众生。
I don't mean by you going to people's bedroom 3 o'clock in the morning and wake them up with, banging the door.
荣戒说呢，就说等于说唤醒他们，并不表示早上3点钟呢，你应该到人家的卧房去呢，猛敲门把他叫醒。
Sentient beings, they are sleeping with a deep sleep of thinking certain things are permanent.
众生呢，在一场就说睡梦之中，因为呢，他们认为呢，事情呢是恒长的。
Remember I was telling you earlier, instead of really thinking in terms of, hey, let's do something different after this coronavirus. Let's do something different for ourselves and for the world, for the earth, for our children, our children's children. All they think about is doing exactly the same thing they have been doing for like ages. See, this shows they are sleeping.
就跟前面仁波切说的一样，这一场这个病毒应该唤醒我们，让我们知道以后呢，我们应该要改变，就说我们自己改变地球，我们应该要改变，就说我们未来的孩子的孩子的就说他们的未来。可是问题就是说，现在人并没有这样子这种觉知。就表示他们都在睡觉，都睡着。
So, Bodhisattva vow is to vow to really make them see these things, make them realize this truth.
所以呢，菩萨戒呢，实际上就是要让众生看到这个，让众生看到真理。
This does not mean that you should print pamphlets of this 3 thing, everything is impermanent, everything is suffering pamphlet and knock in other people's door and then trying to convert people into this view.
这并不表示呢，你应该呢印一个什么样子的，像那个什么横幅啊、海报啊，上面写的诸法无常。这诸行是苦等等这一些，然后去敲别人的门，并不是这样子。
I mean, for those who you can, you should, but sentient beings are like defiled sentient beings are like a sick people. It's so difficult to communicate with them.
当然，你如果有办法像刚才讲那种是那样做，你可以去做。但是呢，对于大部分人来说，你要知道，众生呢，就像是一个生了病，受到染污的一个，就是染污的众生呢，就像是生了病一样。
Not that easy to communicate with them.
所以要跟他们有沟通，其实不容易的。
So, and especially some of us young bodhisattvas, initial bodhisattvas, in the process of talking to them, trying to convert them into this three view, you may end up being converted by their view.
那个，尤其对一些像我们这种刚刚开始的这种菩萨来说呢，你想要转变他们的想法的这个过程之中，很可能他们会转变了你的想法。
So what we do is first we generate the motivation. So here the bodhisattva vow is I will enlighten all sentient beings. I will awaken all sentient beings. May all my action, whatever it is, may it one way or another, directly or indirectly, become the cause to awaken them.
所以呢，受菩萨戒就是呢，你要有这样子的这种认知决心，就是说呢，我呢要让所有的众生呢都能够成佛，要把所有的众生呢都唤醒起来。那然后呢，我所做的一切的行为，不管是直接或间接，都能够就是说有这样子达到这样的效果。
Okay. Now, so let's take the Bodhisattva vow. Think that all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are in front of you.
好，我们现在呢就受菩萨戒，观想呢所有的佛菩萨都在你面前。
And especially this time, think this is special Tara, the Tara that heals. You know, the medicinal Tara.
那尤其这一次，你特别这样想说，这一切呢都是度母。那度母这个有这个药呢，可以就是有疗愈的效果。
You know, she's there because we have a specific reason this time.
那她呢在这边，因为我们这次有特别的这种理由。
And also Mahakali is there. She's also,
那同样呢，马哈咖喱也在那边。
And probably during the Bodhisattva vow taking, she's not in her, usual, this very, very wild form, but she's a very, very beautiful, dark, blue, dark, beautiful woman.
那今天呢，在受这个菩萨戒的
compassion.
今天呢，在这个受菩萨戒的时候呢，也许呢，它就不是像平常那样子的愤怒相，而是一个非常漂亮的深蓝色的一个非常慈祥的一个女的。
Together and repeat this after me. Okay, just briefly, having taken refuge, it's really important that you don't fall into the views such as, because otherwise it contradicts, what do you accept, and then another, it doesn't work.
所以呢，很重要就是你受了菩萨戒呢，你就不能接受某一些的那种见地，否则呢，就和你受的菩萨戒有矛盾的。
And try not to harm beings.
试着不要伤害众生。
Bodhisattva vow is infinite. But the great thing about the Bodhisattva vow is you try your best and try to sort of upgrade your practice of the Bodhisattva step by step.
当然，菩萨戒的行为有无数无尽的，但是呢，最主要的就是呢，你在这个菩萨道上呢，要不断的提升自己。
So in other words, if you Yeah, so your practice is basically, I wish to awaken beings. That's the main practice.
所以呢，换一句话说，你主要的修持就是要唤醒所有的众生。
Yeah, of course, you know, a lot of us, we are very ignorant, we are selfish, not always we will be thinking about other people, other beings. This does not mean that you have broken the bodhisattva vow from the root. You understand? So I want you to understand that.
那仁波切要大家了解呢，当然像我们呢其实都非常自私啊，充满了无明等等，也不会经常记得说要帮助别的众生。不过这并不表示我们破了菩萨戒。
You know, yeah, but if you, with a sober mind and calculating, and after calculation, if you think, no, I don't want to, think about the awakening of the other sentient beings. Yes, then you have given up the bodhisattva vow.
当然，如果说你在一个很清醒的状态之下，你经过自己仔细的这种计算，就仔细的考量，然后你就说哦，好吧，我不要再就是说去唤醒众生了。如果你这样想，那你就破了菩萨戒了。
More on the bodhisattva vow and bodhisattva path. If you want to know, you should read the bodhisattva sutras and the shastras.
那如果说你要更知道说，这个菩萨道怎么样去走啊，这样子，你应该读呢有关于菩萨的这些的经和论。
And also, don't think that ideas such as awakening sentient beings is very abstract.
同时呢，你不要认为说这个唤醒众生是那种好像非常抽象的一件事情。
And also don't think that, oh, sentient beings, there's too many, that's like so tiring, can't do that. That's like impossible. You should not think that.
然后呢，你也不应该认为说，哎呀，众生的数量太多了，这简直是很累的一件事，你也不应该这样想。
Because remember earlier I was telling you the selflessness, the illusory nature of everything, quantity, time, all that is our projection. And as you enhance your bodhicitta, more and more you will realize 100 sentient beings, 1 sentient being, not a big difference. You understand? It's all relative. So then through this, your bodhicitta will become bigger.
那就像早先呢仁波切说的这种无我，还有这一切都是幻象这件事情。那所以呢，在这个角度上呢，所谓的时间，所谓的多少，那这些呢根本就是说不是真实存在的，也不重要。所以呢，你如果了解这一些呢，你的菩提心呢就会慢慢增长。所以在那种情况之下，一个众生和100个众生其实没有什么不一样。
And okay, so that's the end of it. So please, please pray that may you become the perfect medicine, and may you become a perfect sort of savior or a friend or a family to all sentient beings.
所以呢，这个就是我们这个受菩萨戒的要结束。那在这个时候呢，或者仁波切说呢，你应该祈祷呢，自己呢成为 一个好的药，成为一个好的等于说朋友，一个好的亲属这样子呢来帮助众生。
Okay, so that's it for now. And for the Mamo practitioners, I will see you in about 5 days time.
那个今天呢，大家就到这边。对于那个修妈某的人呢，也许仁波切5天之后呢，会再跟大家谈一谈。
And here I'm holding a flower for those who can see.
那仁波切呢，现在手上拿着一朵花。
On behalf of all of you, I will offer this to this Buddha as a thanksgiving for doing Bodhisattva vow and refuge.
那就是为了代表大家呢，仁波切呢把这朵花呢供养给佛，他面前这个佛像，然后呢就是说来庆祝呢大家今天接受了这皈依和发菩提心。
Okay, so wash your hand and take care of yourself and stay safe.
仁波切说呢，大家都要记得洗手，好好照顾自己，要保证自己的安全。
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.